and welcome to Violin with Paula. I'm Paula, this is Francesco, and we are on week 9 of the Kreutzer challenge, where we're doing Kreutzer etude number 10. Now, I will be the first to admit that I don't find etude 10 very interesting or musically inspiring, so it's going to be another short video today. I'm going to play it through for you and then talk about some ways that you might practice a piece of music like this, which is all about string crossings and that intonation as well, but really string crossings here. So I will start by playing it through for you. Interestingly, I realised today we're still in the midst of sort of lockdown in the UK. It's mid-August 2020, and it's been 5 months since I played the violin with anybody. And when I started these videos, I was quite comfortable performing and just going for it. And now I think I'm so out of practice at doing live performances that I get really nervous and distracted in these, and I can feel myself clenching and tightening. So that whole performance was a real exercise for me in remembering to breathe. Not helped by the fact that I find this etude unbelievably boring, and it's very hard to not let your mind wander when you're very bored by the piece that you're playing. So a couple of ways that you might practice a piece like this. It's marked half time, so it's got the C with the line through it. So I find it really useful to set the metronome to minims. So I've actually set it at 22, which is about as low as I can handle, and really practice getting in the groove of bum, 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 bum. Very slow thing, which at least avoids making it too beaty and adding accents, so you really do feel a sort of flow to it. Something else that's really useful to practice is going back to the collé stroke that we did in, I think it's etude 7. That lovely one. Whereas as soon as you finish one stroke, you're prepared for the next one. Same thing here, so as soon as you finish the first note, you're ready for the next. So that's a good way of doing it. You can do it slightly more lyrically. And also really observe the string crossings by using a whole bow. It kind of really makes you think about where in the bow you are. And it's nice when you're putting the metronome on super slowly to separate a bit, so you don't do it strictly in time. And if I can demonstrate, actually, I'll just put the metronome on, and then you'll watch me not be able to play with the metronome, which is always fun. So I'm going to put it on 22, and in fact 22 was as fast as I'd ever played it until about half an hour ago. But because of the sort of practicing that I'd done, which is I was really aware of where the bow string crossings were where the bow is at all times, I was able to make it more than twice as fast without really much of a problem. So it's the sort of practice that my old teacher used to refer to as making traces in the snow. So if you're making like a path in the snow, you just keep walking in the same path slowly, but you'll get there. So here's the metronome at 22. To get into the groove, but essentially I'm playing the semiquavers at a kind of reasonable speed, and the first note is very slow. So instead of doing it all totally in time, which would be which is also okay, it sets up the stage for this sort of sweep, which you can then, as you get faster and faster, the semiquavers are almost already in the right tempo. And you just need to gradually decrease the amount of time that you spend on the first note. So if I start out like this on 22, I've got plenty of time to get my bow to the next string in time. And then I just bumped it up by 5 each time. So here's at 27. Getting a bit faster. It's very difficult to maintain this discipline, and so on, and I got it up to 52 in about 10 minutes. Not really any problem. Got a bit tired in this arm because I'm out of shape, but so that's a really good way to practice something like this. Give yourself a lot of time to get the big string crossing at the beginning in, and then there's only a few other string crossings where it's a bit awkward in the actual semiquavers. Sometimes ones where you're doing like on an up bow. Those are sometimes a bit awkward, but generally the semiquavers will flow quite nicely if you set them up well. But if you go too rushed off of the 8th note or quaver, that's when you can get into trouble with the semiquavers because you're not quite set up at the beginning right. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this and that it was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed playing number 10 more than I did. This is the only one so far that I think I will definitely never program this on a recital. Next time when we go at number 11, that also might be a bit boring too, so hold on to your hats, but it's E major, so maybe we'll do some fun E major stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching. Do subscribe to the channel and share this with your friends, and enjoy practicing. Bye!